Hello.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Glad to hear it.
How are you?
I'm good. We're here to talk about dog soldiers, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, and just before we
Come-
do, I just want to say this is obviously going up on our YouTube, which is where you're probably hearing this, but afterwards it will also be going up on our Spotify.
Yeah, so you could ignore it in two separate places. Um,
That's right. Feel free to check out any of the other stuff we've got up there, and every other movie that we have discussed will be going up over the course of October. Thank you. Carry on.
um, yes, this was my pick for our Halloween film.
Yeah,
Um, I saw it when I was younger. It stuck with me.
I can understand why.
A number of scenes and lines stuck with me, and I rewatched it, and I still really like it. I still think it holds up. It's the guy who wrote and directed it is the same guy who directed and presumably wrote The Descent. And
Mm,
this is his first film, and it feels very much like a first film because
it does.
It is a little clunky in places.
I agree.
It could be tighter, and there are issues with it. But I still really like this movie.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Right, go on then. Tell me how it's okay.
I mean, honestly, going into it, I felt like maybe I'd seen it before,
Yeah.
but I couldn't remember for sure. And I don't remember having watched it before now that I've watched it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And going into it, the most disappointing thing, as far as I was concerned, was the fact that Prime Video didn't have subtitles.
Yeah.
So that was annoying because I was watching this late at night, and I was like, well, I don't want to use headphones if I can help it, but
Mm,
also at the same time, I don't want it too loud.
mm.
So yeah, but no, I went into it. I was optimistic that it might be decent,
And
and you'll find out how I felt about it by the end of the film. By the end of the chat.
okay, fine. So
This is how I always do
I
this.
know it's a bad way to do it.
No, because
Um,
this is how we grip the audience, Ben.
we don't have an audience. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
so we open in the Scottish Highlands, and there's a
Okay.
yes, quite, and there's a couple, and they're doing coupley things. They're talking about, he's saying, "Oh, this is much better than being in the office," and then she gives him a knife and makes a point of saying, "Careful with it. It's pure silver." Wink, wink,
Oh
nudge,
my
nudge.
god.
That
I,
was
I I did make a note here that that little blade at the start is going to be handy later.
yeah. I watched that and I thought, yeah, that's really clumsy.
I mean that to me, all I could think of at that point was that spoon from that Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, it is very. Here's this thing. Don't forget this thing.
Chekhov's
Yeah,
silver knife.
and
It's a
then
letter opener apparently. It's
yes,
yes.
and then we cut to night, and they're getting a little frisky.
Oh my.
They're smooching, and his hands are wandering, and then they hear something, and the tent starts being unzipped,
Yes.
and something outside grabs the woman, and is yanking
Mm.
her, and there's a bit of a tussle, and eventually it sort of rips her a bit, and there's blood, and then it drags the carcass out, and then it comes back for the guy, and the whole thing's silent. There's no dialogue, there's no screaming or anything, which I think kind of adds something to it.
Yeah.
Um,
If some campers get murdered in the woods and there's no one there to hear it, do they make a sound?
yeah, it's just I don't know. It for some reason it's more affecting for me than if they were like screaming throughout the entire thing.
Mm.
It's just
It's sort of
more
like the
affecting.
if you've got the right camera angle and you can see someone sneaking up on someone unawares in
Yeah.
a sort of killer setting.
Mm.
That sort of the tension builds more because there's no sound there, sort of situation. If that makes sense,
Well, maybe it's because it's a
the lack of sound is it can be very impactful.
well, well, maybe it's because it's a scene where usually you would expect sound, and the fact and it's noticeable by noteworthy by its absence because
Mm.
it should
Could it
be.
be? Could it in any way be a reference to the sort of lack of reaction that you sometimes give if you're in shock?
Well, that's probably the in-universe explanation for it, but
It's the artsy response, isn't it?
I don't know why I don't know why they made that decision, but I don't know. It just fucking works. But
I do question one tiny thing about this scene.
yeah,
Are werewolves normally good at undoing zips and cock blocking?
Well, as we find out later, these werewolves are slightly different because they retain their human consciousness,
Yeah, obviously, well, as I wrote that note, it was a question I had at the time.
which is fair.
I am now more, it seemed odd for that to be happening.
Yes. It does explain a lot of actions and behaviors throughout the movie. This is a deliberate creepy thing that they're doing, as we will
Yes.
later find out. Then we cut to 2 hours earlier.
Oh my god, that's a weird time shift.
That
Where's
is
this dog fiction?
that is a weird time. I'm glad you
It
know.
didn't need to. It didn't need to really happen, did it? The time shift. It didn't need to be a time shift.
Yeah, it's really weird that that's there. I saw it and thought that why don't you just put like just Wales? Just tell us where it is.
Yeah.
But 2 hours earlier. That's oddly specific.
It really is.
And we've got a guy, and he's sort of moving through the night, and there look to be armed guards looking for him.
It's Dr. Owen Hunt.
Yes, from Grey's Anatomy. And,
yes, amongst other things.
Yes, and one of the guards spots him, and there's a bit of a tussle, and he knocks one out, and he like throws his torch at another one, and then he gets punched in the face.
By Sir Davos.
Yes, it's Liam Cunningham.
Oh my god!
Liam Cunningham has a gun on him.
Jesus.
Holy
I hope
shit.
he's not done anything terrible.
And then he congratulates him and reveals that the guy who was running is a chap called Cooper, played by Kevin McKidd, and Liam Cunningham is Captain Richard Ryan of the sort of special branch SAS type thing.
Yeah, it's a selection process that he's going through, isn't it?
Yes, and he's managed to escape for like 22 hours, and that puts him right at the top. So he's going places, this Cooper.
He's a very competent individual.
He is.
The gist that we're meant to get from this.
Yes.
He's one of the best.
Yes. And then Ryan gives him an order. He tells
Kill
him,
the dog.
Kill the dog. And Cooper's like, what?
You're joking, right?
Right. Do I look like a fucking comedian?
What am I? A US ICE immigration?
Yeah,
person?
I'm not some fat racist pretending to be fucking Rambo. This is Britain. We do things properly here, mate. When we say shoot the dog, we mean it. And Cooper refuses.
Yep. Well, I think he says, I will kill a dog, I just won't kill that dog for no reason.
Yeah, he says like, yeah, I can kill a dog. Yeah. And Ryan bins him. He's off the program. Yeah. And
no.
Honestly, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, if he's gonna be like in the SAS or whatever the fuck this is, he's gotta follow orders unthinkingly and be prepared to kill when he feels uncomfortable. He has to kill that emotional side of himself. Yeah. And he hasn't been able to shoot the dog. So Ryan does it. And there's a bit of a clash. Cooper sort of goes for him, and Ryan sort of takes a punch, but gets the upper hand and sends him back to his unit, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. And then it turns out the next time we see him, they're in Scotland 4 weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say, we see them landing in a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's a very small landing area, and I was actually impressed by the piloting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. You've got to acknowledge these things. It's a skillful bit of piloting. It looked like a skillful bit of piloting.
Yeah.
It might not have. It might just be camera angles and trickery because it's a movie, but it looked impressive. I was impressed.
Well done to the helicopter man or woman. Person. Why not? Pilot even. Yes, quite. So we get introduced to the squad, Cooper's squad, that he left to sort of apply and sort of go through the process of joining the SAS, and he failed, and now he's back with them. So we've got Sean Pertwee, Doctor Who's son, who's Sergeant Harry Wells. We've got Bruce, who's is implied to have been working with Sergeant Wells for a while. He's like the corporal. Yep. He's like I guess like the second in command or the second most experienced or something. You've got Joe, who really wants to know how the footy's going because there's a big fucking match going on tonight. England
England
versus
v Germany.
yes, no less. Yeah,
That doesn't happen often, that one.
yeah.
We don't do very well in them normally.
No, we don't. So it's very important that he knows what this is. Unfortunately, he's here. You've got Terry, who's like the young kid, and then there's Spoon, who's like the other one, the hard one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, bloody.
Ah.
Oh, I'm rigid. Yeah. So they're on this training exercise.
Yep.
And we immediately get an insight into their personalities. Like there's a couple of jokers in there, and they all get along. And Sergeant Wells is clearly like a father to his men. I think the gist is that I think it's a training exercise they've been told for both themselves, or it's just for the SAS. They just need like volunteers or something to test them. So the gist is the narrative is that they're 50 miles behind enemy lines or something, and they've got to get back to base. Cooper looks over a map, figures out where they are, and oh, look at that! There's a gap in the enemy lines. We're probably not going to get through there in the day, but if we wait until night, we can get through it. So off they go.
It's worth just very briefly. We do see Wells telling Cooper that he's pleased he didn't get through the selection.
Yes.
It like not in a ha fuck you kind of way, but in a like this. We appreciate you being here. Are you an asset to the squad? It would be a shame to lose you kind of way.
Yes. Yes. He also lends Spoon his watch
because he hasn't got a watch.
Yeah.
Left it back at base.
Yeah. And off they go. And I think along the way, they stop for a break, and Cooper says, I think Cooper's Scottish. He talks about how, there's stories about disappearances in this area, you know.
And he mentions the couple from the opening about a month ago.
Yeah. Which is another kind of clumsy scene. I felt. You sort of need, I guess you kind of need that. Maybe not even need that at that point. Maybe that's something that later on they could have found out.
Someone from the squad goes missing, and then I've heard about people going missing in these woods.
Or something about that. Sort of.
You know, if you want to put it in there, that's the sort of thing you do for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Give them a reason to bring it up rather than just telling stories around a fire.
Yeah. So off they go, and they do a bit of whistling, and we see.
I actually found myself whistling that tune last night after we'd finished recording.
What is the tune?
I don't know, but I was whistling to myself, and it was I was like, oh yeah, that's that. Whatever that tune is, it's that tune. I'm assuming it's like a theme song or something from.
Can you whistle it now?
Somewhere. No, because the trouble is I can't remember how it goes, but I knew when I was doing it that it was that.
Well,
we also see some cows.
Yes.
Highland cows.
Highland cattle. Yes. And we see that they've been spotted, don't we?
Yes, by Sir Davos.
Yes, Captain Ryan. He spotted them. And
Is it going to annoy you if I keep calling him Sir Davos?
No, not in the least.
Well, good, because that's all my notes say that about him.
I love Liam Cunningham anyway, and he's good in this. Everybody's good in this. Well,
he was good in Doctor Who, the one episode of that I saw him in.
And he tells the guy next to him to radio back to base that the sheep are in the flock is near the thing or something.
I don't know what it was, but.
And then night falls, and they make base camp, and we get one of my favourite scenes in all of film.
Okay.
In all of film? Yes, I fucking love this scene.
Is it the story that we hear about Eddie?
Yes. And they're talking about, it's just campfire stuff. They're talking about what scares you, and I think
spiders and women.
Spider women. Joey says watching.
That's not me. I just want to be clear. That's a quote from the.
Joey says watching a penalty. England did a penalty shootout, and I think is it Spoon who says watching a penalty shootout with Joe.
Yeah.
And then they say somebody says, "I want to know what scares the Sarge." Well, nothing scares the Sarge. He says, "Well, firstly, I'm bit scared of never seeing my wife again. That's pretty terrifying." And then he tells a story about a guy called Eddie. What was his name?
I only put Eddie down because that was all that mattered, as far as I was concerned.
Hang on, it's going to annoy me. It's Eddie Oswald. Yes. So he tells a story about Eddie Oswald, who he was in 1991. He was in the Middle East with him,
Kuwait.
Kuwait, mopping up the last pockets of resistance.
Mm.
And it was like their first tour. They went and got tattoos, and
Yes.
Sergeant Wells got a desert rat, and Eddie got a big Satan tattoo laughing on his arse cheek. And his logic was that his soul would always belong to God, but that the only person who could save his skin after all the sinful shit he's done is the devil. Um, and a few days
The
later,
cheek of it.
yes, a few days later, Eddie stands on an anti-tank mine.
Mm-hmm.
Is blown up.
Yes.
And
Yes. That's not pleasant, is it?
no, and he talks about how there's a big fucking red circle on the ground, and it really puts things in perspective when you have to scoop up bits of your mate and put them in a bin bag.
And he mentions being particularly like the thing that stuck with him was when you recognised a bit,
Yes,
like a bit of
yes,
ear or a bit of tooth.
yes, and but the biggest bit they found was a bit of tattoo, a bit of skin with a tattoo on it.
Mm.
And they're scooping, and there's old Nick chortling his fucking ass off at us, and it's just like it wasn't even
Interesting
burned.
choice of words there.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. Um, it's fucking great because it's brilliantly told by Sean Pertwee, and it's just a story about weird shit you can't explain. That just
Doesn't he say? Doesn't he say something like he was right? The devil did save his skin, just not all of it.
yes,
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's
yes,
powerful.
it's
Yeah,
it's fucking great. I love that.
yeah, it's a good scene.
Yeah,
I mean, the tension is obviously quite tense there. The motorway though, so someone starts telling a joke, doesn't he?
yes,
Yeah,
and then
can't remember what the joke goes, but
it's something about a guy walking into a bar with a dog under his arm,
yeah,
and then a dead cow lands on him or near him
good God,
on the fire.
this this is this is actually something that I endorse in movies, and
Yeah.
I got criticised for doing almost the exact same thing in GCSE drama, but
Okay.
I fully endorse it. And that
Killing
you have this
animals.
no, you have this really tense moment,
Mm,
and then something really light-hearted to break it,
mm,
and then the really fucking tense scare again. And
mm.
I tried to do something like that in GCSE drama, and the teacher was like, "Well, you've weakened the tension there." It's like, "Well, no, what you've done is you've subverted the expectation, and you flipped it, and then you get them with it."
Well, I don't even think
And
it.
that's exactly what they do
Yeah.
here. I love it.
Mm,
I think it's brilliant.
yes. Well, I'm glad you
It
like
caught me out.
it. Yeah.
It's technically a jump scare. It caught me.
It is a
I
jump
was like, "Oh
scare, and
fucking hell!"
it got me when I was a kid and the first time I watched it. But yeah, I was
Mm.
expecting it. Yeah, there's a fucking dead Highland cow, and everybody's shitting themselves. And I think
Mm.
Terry starts shooting
I
it.
know.
He's only got blanks, so it doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
Um,
you can kill someone with a blank.
well, talk to what's his face,
Yeah, I mean, you got to be really close up to him, and it's not
Bruce
likely.
Lee's
The
son.
cow's already fucking dead.
Yeah.
You know, but
Um,
yeah,
yeah, and Sergeant Wells just calms everybody down, and it's like, don't lose your shit. It's just a fucking dead cow. I think they go to bed at that point.
yeah. Like someone keeps watch.
Hmm.
They're like, look, we'll investigate this when it's light.
Yeah. Uh, Meanwhile, Captain Ryan is just out in the woods, and something is watching him.
Right, he's watching them, and they're watching. Something's watching him.
Yes, and we'll basically see it attack him.
Oh my god, he got gotten.
Yeah, that's
Yikes! I hope we don't see him again.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's a waste of Liam Cunningham.
Yeah.
I mean, then we cut to the next day, and our squad. Well, Sergeant Wells is kind of curious.
Yes.
So they basically they were camped under like an overhang pass thing.
Very good place to camp.
Yeah, and they sort of put it together because there's a blood trail. It's like, okay, the cow was injured somehow and just sort of staggered and fell off this thing and died. That makes sense. Sergeant Wells is sort of more curious than that, so he's like, okay, let's take a detour and let's see what's what. So they follow the blood trail,
Hmm.
and they find like some fur or something.
Just getting snagged on a log
Yeah,
or whatever it is, don't they? And, you know,
yeah,
it's typical Highland cow look.
yeah, and some chunks of meat,
Oh boy.
which really gives Sergeant Wells pause for thought because it's like this wasn't natural causes. But then they see a flare go up, so
Yep.
they go and investigate. What do they find?
A seriously screwed up encampment with blood and guts everywhere.
Yes, it's a fucking mess, isn't it?
Yeah. So they swap their guns. They're not really proper guns for proper guns.
Mm.
And I can't remember exactly what the line is. I've quoted it as if Little Red Riding Hood if Little Red Riding Hood shows up with a bazooka and a grin, I expect you to chin the bitch.
Yeah,
It's something like that, isn't it?
it's yes. If Little Red Riding Hood shows up with a bazooka and a bad attitude, I expect you to
An
chin the
attitude.
bitch. Yeah,
Yes, I was so close.
it's one of a clutch of really fucking great lines in this movie. But yeah, and they also find, oh my god, it's Liam Cunningham.
Oh my god, he's not dead.
No, but he's pretty badly fucked up, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he's got like a massive gash along his chest, if I remember correctly,
Yeah, he's
or his
looking.
torso.
Yeah, he's looking pale and white, and he's scared shitless, and he keeps saying, what does he keep saying?
Oh, there was only supposed to be one of them, or
There was
something
only
like that.
supposed to be one of them. Okay,
Clever
well,
girl. No, hang on.
I don't know what the fuck has gone on here, but we got to get him out.
We'll patch you up.
Yeah. So they start making a move, I think, if I remember correctly. And
I just want to. Someone mentions the Kobayashi Maru here,
yes, they do, don't they?
which caught my attention because you don't often see that referenced in an appropriate context.
Yes.
And they were like, well, they describe it as being a situation. It seems like they were never meant to win this.
Yeah,
And that is obviously what the Kobayashi Maru is. So
I
I was
noted
quite
that.
pleased with that.
I was sort of expecting
Yeah.
somebody to explain what it was, but they don't. They just say
No, not
Kobayashi Maru, yeah.
Maybe it's because back in 2002, Star Trek was a bit more prevalent than it is now. Like you know, Next Gen had come out and been successful, and
yeah, I think we're in the next gen movie era, and I think Voyager is going at this point.
so it would make sense for it to not necessarily feel like it needed to be explained properly. I guess.
Bruce is working on the radio, but it's not working.
Nope.
And they find something. They find a tracker in their radio.
Oh my god.
Which is interesting. And Spoon, I think, or Terry, one of them. I always find it difficult to tell the difference between them because they look a lot alike.
I didn't even bother trying to.
No,
who was who up until
towards the end. I got it, but
well, when there were fewer of them to think about.
Yeah. Somebody mentions that there's only half an hour of daylight left, so they get
quick days there, don't it?
Yeah, so they get moving, and Bruce goes ahead, I think.
Someone does.
Yeah, is he the point man or something? I don't know. They use a lot of army terms that I don't understand.
Yeah.
And there's something in front of him. There's something moving around, and he gets a little antsy. So he sets up position, and he loads his gun. And he tries to shoot it, but it's jammed, and it is persistently jammed.
Yep.
So a chase ensues, and this thing's following right fucking behind him. And he's running and running and running, and eventually he drops the gun because it's of no use, and he's still running, and he runs slap bang into a tree branch.
Oh my god, that's a bit silly of him.
Yeah, it is a bit silly, isn't it?
Like you'd think you'd pay attention to where you were running. I know the panic sets in. People do silly things when they're in a horror movie, which is this. But you know, you look where you're running.
He's pretty fucking deep into it as well.
Yeah, like he's fucking.
It goes
impaled.
through him.
He's impaled on this fucking bit of yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's not a light jog, is it?
No, that's a pretty stupid scene.
Yeah.
I think he should have just accidentally run off, lost his footing and fell down a hill and got really fucked up and broken bones and everything.
Maybe got his foot stuck in a little crag or something.
Yeah.
You know.
So you have him in a crumpled heap at the bottom of a hill in a clearly bad way, and then the werewolf just sets on him.
Yeah.
But as it stands, he's impaled on a tree branch, and whatever's chasing him gets him and kills him.
Yeah, he gets him off the tree, and then
Yes. But he's not the only one in a bad way, because Sergeant Wells finds him and is obviously quite disturbed. And he gets attacked
yep.
too.
Oh my God, squad leader got.
Yeah, but he's all right because Cooper gets him.
Yeah, he manages to grab him, and
Yeah.
holy shit, he doesn't look good though, does he?
No, he's been tore. His fucking guts are coming out.
Is this one of those scenes that stuck with you by any chance?
Um, Not especially.
Oh, okay. This is one of those quite visceral scenes that I would think would have kept with you over the years.
No, the tent scene certainly did.
Okay.
So the squad Cooper is like dragging Wells with him, and there's things around them, and I think. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier in the film there was a moment where you can clearly hear them transforming because there's like a man's scream and then howling. Sounds like someone in
Mhm.
pain, which I quite liked. But anyway, they make it to the road, and
I just actually before we
yeah,
do this, they do stuff the guts back in
they do, yeah.
or try to, and this did remind me of that scene in Tropic Thunder, which I know came out quite a bit later, like
Yeah.
6 years later. But that scene near the start of Tropic Thunder, where basically the same thing happens, and the guy's like, "I don't even know what this is."
Yeah.
Only reason I mention it is because obviously that's a film that we have discussed.
Yeah.
It
What it?
seems it's weird that we keep seeing connections
Yeah.
between films that we've,
Does
you
it?
know,
Doesn't I think he says something like they're not going to fit or something like that, or they won't
yeah,
fit. There's not enough room or something.
yeah,
They make it to the
something like
road even, and what a stroke of good fortune. It's a woman driving a car, a
that.
jeep, and they all bundle in.
Well, she
Uh,
nearly runs one of them over first.
yeah,
Typical women drivers.
bloody women. Ooh, fuck 'em.
Hmm.
Yeah. And there's a bit of panic because there's a werewolf on the roof, and its arm comes through, and they end up stabbing the shit out of it, and
Hmm.
eventually they get away, and
Yeah.
everybody's very confused and panicked, but apart from Sergeant Wells and Ryan, they're okay. Um, and this woman introduces herself as Megan
Yes.
and says she knows a farmhouse not too far away.
Yeah.
So we're going to go there, patch ourselves up, and then figure out what to do.
Hmm.
They arrive at this quaint
Um.
little. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, no, no. You do it.
So they arrive at this quaint little cottage, which is rather nice. Proper
Yeah.
rural homestead.
It sort of manages to cross that line between rustic and modern. I would say there's a sort of modernity to
Yeah,
it
yeah,
from the
yeah,
fact that it's it's obviously got some creature comforts, but you
yeah.
wouldn't feel like out of place if you'd called it rustic
Yeah. Um, and they
for 2002.
yeah, they sweep the house, and nobody's in there. But it seems like
Nope.
whoever was in here was interrupted quickly because there's like a stew sort of simmering on the stove, and the table is set, which is a little peculiar. There's a picture of
Yep.
a
It's not entirely deserted, of course.
no. There's some noises coming from behind a door. What could
Oh
it
no,
be?
what could it
You
be?
think,
It's a
oh,
dog.
it's a dog, yeah, dog called Sam.
Yeah.
Um,
Cooper finds the dog.
yeah,
Foreshadowing.
yes, there's a lot of dog stuff with him.
Yeah.
Um, so when they all come and they sort of patch up um, Sean Pertwee as best they can. There's some stew on the stove, and soldiers training kicks in because they just help themselves to it. Because you never pass up an opportunity to eat because you don't know when the next chance you're going to get is. Um,
Yeah.
then it's time to head off because there is a town, but it's like 4 hours away. So let's just fucking go.
Yeah.
Um,
I believe they say that it's 50 miles away by the crow flies. It'll take 4 hours to get there. I think that's what they said. I've got that number in my head for
I
them
th-
talking about at this point.
yeah, I think her house is like 50
Like,
miles.
the nearest town is 50 miles away or
Well,
something.
yeah, it's like it's gonna take a while. So let's go.
This is the thing that I take the issue with.
Oh, okay.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
We went briefly last night in our recording session. I take issue with 50 miles
Yeah.
because at no point in Scotland are you more than 41 miles away from the fucking coast, let alone
You're
it's
completely right.
it's such a ridiculous number for them to use
Mm,
and it be wrong.
yeah.
Like there's not a chance in hell they're 50 miles away. And again, they do so by as the crow flies.
Yeah.
There's not a chance in hell they're 50 miles away from a fucking town. I don't care what anyone says. Even if you, I actually, because I was really into this, into making sure that my facts were right on this. I looked where it was filmed.
Yeah.
Because it's a very secluded place, and obviously it's not necessarily going to be the most furthest place from any fucking town as possible. But even the place they filmed it, the secondary footage, which is the stuff that they did in Scotland, was only 30 miles away from Inverness.
Yeah.
And that's a reasonably big place that you and I have both heard of, like a town, you know. So I
I'm
do take issue with the 50 miles a little
that
bit.
that's
Honest.
completely fine. I'm not going to disagree. I think I read that other people pointed out that exact same thing.
I do have a minor defense for it as
Okay.
well, and that's that the person who tells them it
It's not reliable.
is not necessarily a reliable person, but I do feel like they should know the area
They
well
probably
enough,
should.
given
Yeah.
with the notes they've got, that they should be able to see through that. So it's a complicated thing, but I
Yeah.
think it's one of those things where you didn't have to make it.
Yeah.
It's like the timers that we have in films
Yeah.
sometimes, where it's come up a few times in this. It's like
Yeah.
you just make it right. It's not that hard to do.
I think. Yeah. I mean, it. Yes, it is. It's not an issue, but it is a mistake, I guess. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's stuck
easy to
with me.
fix.
It really is. You just change the number. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be that far away.
Yeah. Or
You know, it's only 5 miles away, but with all the roads around here, it's going to take us a few hours to get
the
there.
roads aren't
By
great.
car.
We're in the middle of nowhere. It's country
Yeah.
roads. You know.
I'm not walking out there with those.
Yeah.
You know, you can work around it without it being an absurd
Yeah.
number, which isn't believable.
Yeah. It's
And that's the point I want to make about that.
It's one of those.
That's the biggest issue I have with this film, Ben.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, as I say, it feels like a first film for someone.
Yeah.
Because it is,
Yeah.
and there are things where it's like, I kind of wish you just tighten that up a bit.
Yeah.
But yes, that's one of them. So off we go. Oh wait, no, we don't. Something's fucked up the car.
I wonder what it is.
Right. Guess we're staying.
Yeah. Whoops.
So in they
Yes.
go, and they sort of hunker down. And they get attacked.
Oh, hang on a sec.
Do they? I don't know. This bit's a bit
Yeah,
of a
there's a
blur.
big
It's
bit.
back and forth. Yeah, go on.
There's a bit where the dog is attacking something on Harry.
Yes.
This is I wasn't entirely sure if it was his guts or if it was the bandaging.
It's the
to be honest with
bandages.
you.
It's the thing. Yeah, it's the bandages.
Yeah, it's.
But Terry thinks it's, or presumably thinks it's the guts, and that's why he throws up.
Because he then vomits on Sir Davos.
Yes, he's about to shoot.
They decide to fortify the building.
Yeah.
As best they can. So
Yeah.
they're barricading bits. They're boarding up windows, all that kind of crap. This farmhouse that presumably belongs to people.
Yeah.
Still, they're just doing that. And I made a note here that Davos is probably going to turn because he's acting a bit weird. He's looking a bit dodgy.
Yes.
You know, he's got that sort of look about him that someone gets when they're sick, but they're not necessarily.
There's the shot of him when he's gone to the bathroom to clean up, and he's just looking at himself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And it's
I think that was probably the scene that made me write it.
It's like a contemplative look, like he knows something's going on with him, and he probably suspects what it is.
It's apparent that he knows more than he's letting on, and he's not letting on an awful lot anyway.
Yes.
You know, but they all get a cuppa.
Yeah.
They find all sorts of random melee weapons.
Yes. Boone gets a fucking broadsword.
Yeah.
From somewhere.
There's an axe, which makes sense. I mean, actually, I'm going to level with you. The three that they have are an axe, one of those electric knife things, and the sword.
Yeah.
And I thought that the axe made sense given where they are. The electric knife sort of makes sense because of the era, and I was less convinced about the sword, but it is Scotland.
And yeah, I mean, look, I'd buy it. I'd buy that this
Oh,
rural
yeah,
family
I could be convinced.
have like a broadsword that they just sort of hang on the wall or stuff, and they just shoved it in a box because it just, I don't know, that
Yeah.
works for me. Um, they're also boiling water because
Yes.
they know they're under siege. Those things are clearly out there.
Mhm.
We get a little bit of backstory about Megan at this point, I think. Um, so she says she's a zoologist and she came here because of the stories. Um,
Ooh.
is this where they're attacked?
Um, no, not yet, because they try and treat the wounds that squad leaders got.
Oh yeah,
They get him drunk, give him
yeah.
painkillers, and they try and super glue him shut. And he's a bit out of it, obviously, at that point because
Yeah.
he's a bit drunk and a bit drugged up and a bit delirious anyway. But they do it, they manage it.
Well,
Um,
yeah, he's still he's not quite drunk enough because he's still feeling it and he's writhing around in pain while they're trying to super glue him back together.
yeah,
And
like
he
a fucking Airfix model.
yes, and he tells Cooper to hit him. So Cooper hits him, and it looks like he's knocked out, and then and then it turns out he isn't, and Wells is like, not like that. Hit me harder, you fucking pussy. So he does it again and knocks him out.
Mm.
Another one of those moments like, I really why the like.
We also see that Liam Cunningham's wound has healed mighty quickly,
Yeah.
and I put he's definitely infected.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. And then my next note from this is there's somebody at the door. There's
mm.
somebody at the door.
Yes.
Yes, because that was immediately what I thought.
Yes.
I'm not even joking. My immediate thought was that, and I had the Matt Berry walking towards the door from IT Crowd, which is obviously a reference itself to something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, there's someone at the door, and oh my god, they have to defend it because this is when they get attacked.
Yes, this is the first. Well, yeah, this is the first attack, and Spoon just before this has mentioned that he makes comparison between this and Rorke's Drift, where it's just British soldiers holding out against thousands of Zulu warriors.
Didn't they all die?
Yeah, they did. I was waiting for that to be mentioned
Okay.
in the film, but yeah, they're all slaughtered. I think they're all slaughtered.
Like I'm not massively. I figured that was our Alamo
Well, I think it's
personally.
it either it was our Alamo or it succeeded our Alamo. No, we won.
Oh, okay.
We won.
Oh, okay.
Just
I must be.
yeah. I mean, it's
Well,
not.
it's tight, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a battle before it where they had beaten us badly, and that was sort of like
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Rorke's Drift was good for us.
Oh no, we lost 17 were killed and 15 were wounded of 104, roughly 140 British Army soldiers
Yeah, it
and
turns
just
out.
civilians. And oh no, there was a few cavalry that turned up as well for a while.
Hmm.
Yeah. No,
So
but yeah, fair enough.
yes. So as you were saying, there's a fight.
Yes, it mostly goes okay.
Yeah.
Like nobody gets hurt during the fight, and they do discover a whole host of gas canisters. And I
Yes.
said at this point, which will undoubtedly explode at some point.
Yes.
Chekhov's gas canister.
Yes. Which I'm sort of
Like I say,
fine.
nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then someone makes a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, a bad joke. The battle is over, and Terry's standing by a window, and in his sort of James Bond esque quip, he goes, "I thought you were dogs, not pussies." And then one bursts through the window, grabs him, and pulls him out.
Yeah, typical. You know, never turn your back on a window in
Yeah.
a movie
Yeah.
where someone's getting killed, and don't make a joke because obviously never say you'll be right back, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's you know it's standard fare. It's
Yeah.
like it wasn't a surprise that it happened.
No. So there's Terry.
So
Terry's been
bye,
taken.
bye Terry.
And Cooper wants to go and get him, but Captain Ryan, being a ruthless pragmatist, says, "Forget about him. He's already dead, and you know it." Cooper sort of angrily has to acknowledge that, yeah, that is probably the case.
Yeah.
So
We find out around about now that Megan actually already knew Ryan.
yeah, one of my problems with this is Megan in general. I don't
Yeah, that's
really
reasonable.
know what her deal is to a large extent. She makes a
I
point.
think I honestly I took it as she is saying what she thinks she needs to say in the moment to
Yeah.
convince them of her situation because
Yes.
she is an unreliable person to be talking
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Um, she says that
Can't keep
Ryan.
track of her own fucking lies,
Yeah.
maybe.
He says that Ryan swung by and that they've met, and she was like seconded to them. Like she was like advising. She was their expert in the area because they were looking for
Yeah,
werewolves. It transpires. Um,
yeah. And there's
uh,
another mention around here of the distance, it being 50 miles.
yeah,
And again, I this is where I made my note in my notes about the
yeah,
fact that it's,
yeah,
I paused it to look it up
yeah. Um,
because it was bugging me.
well, Megan says that they're werewolves, and the squad are like, Cooper's not convinced, and Cooper doesn't really care because, as far as he's concerned, it's the enemy. That's all
Yeah.
he needs to know. He doesn't need to think any more than that.
Mm.
The others are sort of kind of more interested in that idea and a bit freaked out by it. Um, but yeah, I think it's a realistic reaction that they have to it because, as far as he's concerned, they might just be crazy people who are really hairy.
Yeah. You know,
Um,
it's all doable, isn't it?
yeah, and they count their ammunition. And they're running low.
Hmm.
It's not going well.
No, it's not.
If they can make it to sunrise, they'll be all right. Because presumably, if they are werewolves, they'll turn back into human form.
Yeah,
Um,
one would assume so.
yeah.
Um, but they do see that there's a barn,
Yes.
and they know that if you live somewhere like this, you're not gonna, you're gonna have some sort of method of transportation.
Yeah. Megan mentions that they have a car of their own.
Yeah, they'd have to hotwire it,
Yeah.
but there's a Land Rover in the barn maybe.
Which
So they use one of the guys as a decoy.
Spoon is the decoy.
Yep,
Joe
and someone else
is
is
to
gonna.
steal it.
Yes, is it because he's a Northern English fella?
Well, he's a football fan, so he knows how to steal things.
I think he's Northern, isn't he?
I think so.
The accent I'm thinking of is feels Northern. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're going to do that. I actually there was a. I mean, I've got a note here about something else that I caught attention of,
Yeah.
and that's the brightness outside. Now, I know before you say anything, some of what we see is werewolf perspective,
Mm.
and that is brighter footage because they have the ability to see in the dark, right?
Yes.
But there's stuff when it's just like the light coming through the windows and stuff
I think that's meant to be
seems quite
moon.
inconsistent.
Well, I read that as moonlight and
See,
purely
I
for
I can
visual
understand
effect.
why that would be reasonable, but it was bugging me
Mm.
because even with really bright moonlight, you never get light like that come through.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the Lord of the Rings thing, isn't it? Like, where's the light coming from? The same place as the music. Don't think about it. It's just meant to add to the
Well,
overall
I know, but
piece.
if they're waiting for daybreak,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it looks like daybreak, but oh no, it's still the middle of a fucking night.
Yeah,
It's hard to suspend that
yeah.
sometimes,
I didn't have that issue, but I sort of see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
We did have a moment earlier when the lights go out, and
Hmm.
it somebody mentions that they turned off the lights. Why did they do that? Cooper
Yeah.
says because they can see in the dark, and Ryan adds, and you're afraid of it,
Hmm.
which I've always
Although
liked.
that never came up
No,
in the things they're scared of,
but no, it didn't.
so I'm not convinced it is.
Yes, they should have unleashed spider women or something.
I just want to. I didn't pick up about it at the time,
Yeah.
but the and you're afraid of it,
Yeah.
as opposed to and we're afraid of it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
suggesting that at that point he's already sort of aligned with.
It may be that he's aligned. It may be that he sees himself as in a way sort of separate from their efforts at this point.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I hadn't thought about it until
Yeah.
you saying the line just now, but it's a possibility. There's an interpretation there that is
Yeah.
acceptable.
So yes, as you said, the plan is Boom will run diversion. Joe will steal the Land Rover, swing it round, and all get in and fuck off. So
Yeah, that's the plan.
he gets in, hotwires it, turn the lights off, or turns the headlights on, and oh my god,
Someone's being eaten in the barn.
it's Terry, and he's still
Oh
alive,
no!
and he's being eaten alive, and he reaches out in sort of pathetic desperation,
As you
and
do.
then his head gets bitten off and thrown at Joe.
Yep.
He drives the fuck out of there,
Yep.
only to find that he's not alone.
What is it? You're behind me, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like that's a bit cliche at that point.
A bit, but it does help that his next response isn't to like try and escape or scream. He jumps in the back with a knife and is like, "Fucking have it then."
Yeah.
Which is one thing I like about this movie because the survivors are like all fighting. You
Yeah,
know,
none of them succumb to it.
yeah, they're all
The only
soldiers.
person who really lets the side down is Matey who ran into the tree.
Yeah, yeah, they're all
Yeah.
soldiers. They're all capable people. You know, they're scared, but they're willing to fight. You know, he gets in a fucking knife fight with a werewolf.
Oh, that's not the most ridiculous fight.
Oh, um, I like that one, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, I didn't have an issue with it, but it is ridiculous. You got to admit.
It's fun. It's great. Yes. So Joe's dead, and so is
Yep.
Terry now.
Yep. There's only 5 of them left.
Yeah, the others. I think they do a quick check of the car, and it's fucked to shit. You could probably get it to move a little bit, but
Maybe to like the barn or back.
yeah, maybe. Um, yeah, it's leaking. The various car bits are fucked or something.
Yeah.
And everybody's annoyed. And Ryan makes some sort of comment, I think. Um, and Wells is downstairs at this point, and they get really fucking annoyed and like, let's just beat the shit out of him.
Hmm. She says they should torture him.
Yes.
What would she do? Well, she'd torture him.
Yeah.
Oh, bit harsh.
Yeah.
Jesus, woman.
And Wells sort of
One time per month.
yeah, we'll get to that as well. Well, Wells.
Yes, I don't realise that sounds incredibly sexist, but
yes,
it's a reference.
Wells or Ryan sort of reveals all. So,
Yes.
gist of it is that the special weapons people, all the boffins, heard about this story and like investigated it and figured out that there was some truth to it somehow.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, so Ryan and his team, his special ops team, were sent in to capture a live werewolf, like in all those Alien films, and it goes just about as well as then. And they were using Sergeant Wells and the squad as bait.
Oh no!
So they deliberately left the open spot, so they'd go right to it, bring in whatever they were hunting, make it easier for Ryan to get to. That's why they had the tracking device in the radio, because they were being tracked. And
he said something like the gap in the line was your bait, you are mine.
yes,
Which I thought was quite a
yes,
yeah.
and he said that he deliberately asked for that squad because Cooper was part of it, because Ryan's a cold fucker, and yeah, he got approval. It was signed off on. Nobody cared. This was a unnecessary loss. This was fine. It didn't matter that those people died.
There's collateral damage in war.
Yeah, and they of course it all went horribly wrong because the werewolves were smarter than Ryan gave them credit for, and there were also a lot more of them, and it fucked up his squad. And Wells and Cooper are very, very annoyed by this.
But they don't have an awful lot of time to act on that annoyance because what happens?
Well, they throw him over a table.
Yep.
And then his eyes go weird, and Wells says,
Yep.
I didn't hit him that hard. And he starts turning into a werewolf.
Oh my god. Is this transformation one of the scenes that stick with you?
I mean, no.
I'm surprised by this. Honestly, I'm genuinely surprised. I thought it would because it's quite a
Well, the look of
shocking transformation.
the look of the werewolves always stick with me because they're
Yeah.
sort of big and they're tall and sort of skinny. You know,
Yeah,
I'm sure you probably know this, but they hired dancers in the
I didn't.
costumes to sort of give it a sort of type of
Well, there's
movement.
nothing more brutal than a dancer.
Yeah.
We've all seen Black Swan,
Hmm.
even if it's only for about an hour and 20 minutes in.
I haven't seen Black Swan, but I know
I haven't seen Black Swan either, nor have I actually watched that scene. But
I don't even. Anyway, so Ryan transforms, and they're fighting him, and at some point Cooper runs him through with the fucking broadsword.
yeah, even though
And
with a broadsword, your best bet is to actually slice.
yeah,
But
and
you know, use the
Spoon.
weight of it to
Yeah, it's all right.
help.
No. Spoon fires at him, and he jumps out the window and runs off to the rest. And at that
With the
point,
sword still inside him, it's worth
yes,
noting.
that's
If the sword isn't removed, it's still impaled with it.
yeah, because that's how we're going to know that it's him when he pops up later.
Yeah,
Weird that he never took it out, but whatever. And it's basically revealed that the family, the Waith family, the Waith,
I don't know.
who own the
Weird.
house,
It's a weird word.
they're the werewolves, and
Oh my god.
which is really bad because, like, that's probably why they're hanging around because we basically came into their house, ate their porridge, slept in their bed, and now they want to kill us. And Megan suggests that the werewolves, because they're like wolves, they're probably in the barn.
Yes,
You know?
where it'd be warm and cozy, and
Yeah. So they sort
so
of
we're going to try and blow it up.
yeah, and Wells by this point has sort of realised what his deal is.
Yeah, he knows that he's been attacked by much like Ryan. He's probably going to end up turning at some point. He's aware of it.
Cooper asks him
So,
how he is, and he says he's fine, like suspiciously fine.
yeah,
And he reveals that he's healed pretty well too.
yeah.
And he wants to sort of stay behind, and you two just fucking run, and I'll stay and hold him off.
Yep.
And we get another one of my lines that I really fucking love in this film. He says, "When I signed my life away on that dotted line, I fucking meant it. I'm a professional soldier." I just always that part always stuck with me for some reason. I don't know why. It's just like, yeah, I always knew there might come a time when I would die on the job, and I am fine with that. Like I knew
Yeah,
what I was
it's what
getting in.
happens.
I knew what I was getting into. I just didn't come back this time.
Yeah. You would have probably expected it would probably be somewhere a bit further away from home
Yeah,
than on, say, a training mission.
yeah,
But
and probably fewer werewolves, but yeah.
only a few.
Yeah.
Not like no werewolves.
But Cooper's not having any of it.
No.
So he
I
gets.
mean, what better way to get a captured one than for it to be one who's not yet turned?
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just put you in a paddock or something. You can see your wife
know.
on weekends.
Just like in Alien 3, you get someone who's infected.
Ah.
No, it is Aliens, isn't it? Where he's trying to capture them and he
Yeah.
wants to infect. Yeah, not infect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Spoon gets in the car.
Actually, this is very similar to Aliens.
It is a bit, yeah. It is a bit, yeah.
I hadn't made the connection, but you mentioned it earlier, and now, yeah.
It is. It is. So Cooper gets in the car, and off he goes. And Spoon has sort of cut the fuel line a bit more, so it's properly leaking now. It's full of gas canisters. They dump it in the barn.
Yep.
There's a bit of a fuss where Spoon is having a little trouble with the matches, but not to worry because Sergeant Wells comes out with a Molotov.
Hooray for Molotov!
Yay! And he sets fire to the fuel, to the sort of line of fuel, the path of it, and it burns and blows everything up. Barn blows up.
I just want to say I made a note here.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of reaction from the werewolves implies they might not be in there.
Yes, and
only for us to then find out.
Wouldn't you know it? They're not.
Oh my god!
And Megan comes clean.
Oh no!
So she says that she's part of this family and fucking hates it. and she figured that they were the best chance she had of killing them and getting out of there.
Mhm.
But they clearly failed. So now she's just gonna kill him.
Yeah, she lets them in, doesn't she?
Yeah, I do sort of think that whole thing could have been tighter. It's like, okay, it's a good reveal. She was a werewolf all along, and she wasn't our friend, and all this stuff. I don't know. You could probably tighten that up a bit.
You could. There's room to. I'm not entirely sure how you'd do it
No,
without
I'm not. It's just
rewatching it and
yeah.
having a proper. But
Um,
it's doable.
yes,
But she makes a joke about it being that timer for month.
yes, and starts to
Hence
transform.
the
Yeah.
hence the joke I made earlier.
Yes.
I'm not a sexist. I am referencing.
Mm.
It seemed out of place, that joke, but she seems the sort that would make it
Yeah, I
as
don't
well.
really like a lot of her dialogue. She said
You're a sexist.
yeah,
Are you a sexist now, Ben?
she says I'm a real bitch.
Yeah, but again, she's female dog style bitch, isn't she? That's what she means by it. So.
Yeah, I'm not wild about her dialogue.
No, that's fair enough.
And then
It seems a bit misogynistic coded, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. And then
She doesn't actually transform.
no, and then John Pertwee's son shoots her in the face.
Yeah, and not in the fun way.
You are disgusting, and I hate you.
I said not in the fun way.
So how does this transformation thing work?
I don't know.
We're never really told, but they speculate that it might be like a piss, i.e., when you got to go, or it's like taking a dump, where you can sort of hold it off for a while. Just because you need to go doesn't mean you do it there and then.
Yeah, pull your cakes down and pinch one out. Or
Yes,
whatever it is the term they use.
So maybe that she was deliberately going out of the way to hold it off until it was the ideal time for her. Regardless, she's
it
fucking
makes
dead.
sense actually that would be when like Ryan had no need to do it until the point they were getting aggressive to him.
Yeah.
And that's when he did. So I don't know, maybe
you can only hold it off. You can resist it for so long. Yes, makes sense. Yeah, so she's let 3 of them in, 1 for each of them. And they make a beeline, try and get up the stairs, but Spoon gets cut off.
Yep.
Ends up heading in the kitchen.
Yep, and engaging in hand-to-hand combat.
Which leads to a really cool scene. Well, maybe cool isn't the right word. It's fun. It's a really enjoyable scene of him just going hell for leather on this werewolf.
I don't think at any point he believes he's going to survive that.
No, it's just.
But he is giving a fucking go anyway, and I will accept it is fun, but it is also ridiculous.
He manages to kick one of its teeth out. He punches it a few times. He stabs the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It's
only because another one turns up, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Necessarily, he has the upper hand.
Yeah.
And then another one turns up, and he's still against one, and he can't do it.
He's throwing like bowls and plates and cups at it, and then, as you say, another one shows up, grabs him, and he delivers probably the most famous line in the film. I hope I give you the shits, you fucking wimp. And then they eat him, which is great. Wells locks himself in a toilet.
Yep. And Cooper his feet against the door.
Yeah.
And he's got a like a lighter and a hairspray or something.
Yeah, so he's using that, and
this all seemed very, very rushed to me. This combat, and I understand why, because it's sort of hectic situation in the thing, but a lot of it just seemed very quick. Like it's got not quick as in this is a quick paced section of the movie, but like it was going quicker than even that warranted.
Well,
I don't know how to explain it beyond that.
Maybe it's just because they're like constantly on the back foot. It's just
there's a lot of frantic.
Yes, it's frantic. Yeah. We're being chased around this house. We just need to get out of the situation we're in into the next one. Who knows what that's going to be like? We'll figure it out when we get there. You know?
I mean, they literally carved through a fucking wall at one point.
Yeah. Yes, Cooper gets together with Wells in this little toilet. Hacks through the wall. Through they go. and they're
Plenty of
in
nothing was in the way of that wall.
they're in the main bedroom. Um, they block the door and the hole through which they've just come, but it's not going to hold. And Wells is like, let's get in the wardrobe. So when they get
natural hiding place.
yeah, and there's literally skeletons in that closet.
Yes.
This is clearly a very fucked up Fred and Rose style Sawney Bean family you're dealing with here.
No wonder she doesn't want to be a part of it anymore.
Yeah, they're clearly into what they're doing.
Yeah. This isn't we reluctantly transform every month. This is we relish in it.
Yes. They shoot. Wells shoots through the floor.
Yep. Mind your feet.
Yes. Mind your feet. Close your ears. Hands over your ears. Mouth open.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know what the mouth open thing is meant to do, but it makes a sort of sense, I suppose. I don't know why.
Air pressure, maybe.
Yeah. So they fall through the ground floor, and Wells makes it clear he's going to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
He's obviously turning, and you've got to go and tell people what the fuck is going on here or has happened here. And he gives them a camera roll because throughout the film they've been using a camera as a sort of improvised weapon because the flash has stunned the werewolves for a second,
Yeah.
So take this, go prove to the world. So Cooper goes through the basement and Wells cuts the gas line to the oven, and it's pumping the house full of gas. And he's doing this while he's transforming. And he just has time to get a photo out of his wife, who looks uncannily like Myra Hindley. And 3 werewolves come in. He holds up the lighter to set it off, and they knock it out of his hand.
No, how's he going to manage to stop them?
Well, he turns the oven on, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He presses the ignition button,
and it blows up the entire house.
It's a massive fucking explosion
Yeah.
for how little time there was to.
I know that gas got everywhere pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose not necessarily all the gas canisters were in the back of the back of a truck.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Potentially, but it seemed like a much bigger explosion than was warranted.
Yeah. So the house is blown up. The werewolves are dead.
You assume. No, there's no evidence of them. There's just a big red circle.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And Cooper's in the basement, and there's bodies fucking hanging everywhere. This is a really fucked up family, as said before, and it's him and Sam the dog, and then who shows up?
Sir Davos.
Sir Davos, Doggy Davos, werewolf. Yeah. Captain Ryan's here. You tell it to him because he's got the sword through him, and he's beating the shit out of Cooper. And there's a really horrible moment where he's sort of pushing. He holds him against a wall and sort of pushes the sword that's still through his chest into his mouth.
Yes. Oh god.
And you can. It's like nails on a chalkboard as the teeth meet the sword, and Cooper's clearly trying to stop it, and it's a screechy sound. But then Sam attacks.
Hooray for Sam.
Yay, which buys enough time, and Cooper sort of falls to the ground. And what does he see?
He sees the silver letter opener from the very beginning.
Remember?
Yeah.
So he takes the silver letter opener and he stabs Ryan in the chest. And it clearly has some sort of effect.
Yeah.
But then he just shoots him in the head.
Yeah, so he didn't really need to use
I imagine headshots.
silver.
Headshots probably would have worked fine all along. It's just nobody did it because in the army you're told to aim for the center of mass, which makes sense.
Which is quite difficult on these quite big, quite dangly creatures, isn't it?
Yeah. So he just blows his brains out and has his James Bond line. They think it's all over. It is now. And he emerges from the ruins of the house to walk the 50
and
miles.
daybreak. It's worth noting. It's daytime.
Presumably to walk the 50 miles, give or take, back to civilization.
Definitely take. It's not more than 50 miles.
Yeah. And the end credits have the news that he did make it back to civilization, and published his story in a tabloid newspaper.
But it's heavily overshadowed.
Because we won the footy 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah, fuck
I just
you.
want to say it definitely wasn't 50 miles because he managed to get back to civilization quick enough that the football from last night was on the same newspaper
Yeah,
cover.
that's a point, yeah.
that newspaper was printed about fucking midnight. I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says.
Yeah.
He's travelled back in freaking time. He has got Doctor Who's son there.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, that's Dog Soldiers.
We do.
Oh.
Briefly, we do also see the pictures that were taken
Yes.
as well.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's going to
Nothing
believe it.
specific about them. Well, I thought the irony of it being this horrible thing, and he's going to break the story, and of course it's a fucking tabloid newspaper that gets it. It's not a serious. No one's going to take him seriously. He's just a crazy guy whose squad has apparently gone missing.
Yes.
On a training exercise, and now he's probably going to get discharged from the army.
Yeah.
He's considered to be a liability. Struggle to get a job. He'll be on the streets. No one will employ him.
Yeah.
And he'll be another veteran who's been let down by society.
He's just he's the crazy guy in the bar who's a laughing stock for a bit, and then he's just an old man nobody pays any attention to.
With presumably a dog until it dies.
Yeah, he's yes. It's a news story people will talk about for a while. It's made no impact whatsoever. Nobody cares. But yeah, that's Dog Soldiers. I still think this film is really good, and it's got some issues but really it just needs tightening up a bit. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with it.
No, I mean there's a few basics like that we talked about, but other than that, it's a solid film.
It's very solid. There's some great lines, some great moments. The acting's great, apart from maybe Megan. But
so I didn't really have that much of an issue with her acting. I think maybe you are just sexist.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think maybe it's her lines. The way she's written isn't great.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I still think this film is great. Do you like it?
That's fair enough. I do like it. I'm not going to watch it again in a hurry, but I don't watch many films again.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it.
You know.
Go on then. What shit have you got for me next?
Well, you see, I'm not 100% sure which one of these films to pick because I've got a list. But I'm going to add one. I'm going to pick one that I added last night, I think.
Okay. How many have you got?
The ones I've got listed: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 listed.
Okay.
So I've got a while before I run out. No, do I do that one? All right, pick a number 1 to 10.
3. No. Oh, fuck it. 3. Yeah, go on 3.
In that case, we'll be watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. We've got a musical. Why not?
Yeah, well, why not?
Yeah.
A highly sexually charged musical.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, Rocky. Anyway, let's get this done, shall we?
Nice. Bye.
Bye.